Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Easy English Spark. I'm so excited you're here to improve your English listening and speaking skills with a simple, engaging story. We'll follow Selena's journey step by step, using clear language and basic vocabulary so you can listen, repeat, and speak with confidence. Get comfortable, press play, and let's light up your English journey together. I'm Selena, just turned 30. Selena turns 30 today. The number feels bright and strange. Morning sun fills the small room and spreads soft light on the wall. A deep breath calms the heart, and a shy smile follows. 30 sounds strong, but gentle. Magnolia Springs rests outside the window. Quiet streets hold neat houses and tall maple trees. Birds sing at dawn, and leaves dance with the wind. Neighbors wave and share warm hellos. The town feels slow and kind, so the mind feels safe. Alarm rings at 6 and the blanket slips away. Bare feet touch cool wood and stretch toward the sky. Fresh air enters the lungs and sleepy thoughts fade. Curtains open and golden light pours in. Hope starts early and grows fast. Coffee waits in a yellow mug on the table. Steam curls and rises like a small cloud. Vanilla smells sweet and soft. First sip warms the chest and lifts the mood. A calm rhythm settles inside. The blue cottage stands small but bright. White frames hug clear windows, and flowers rest on the sill. Sun paints gold lines across the floor. A gentle breeze moves thin curtains. Walls hold quiet laughter and secret worries. Work begins on a silver laptop. Simple shapes meet gentle colors, and ideas bloom on the screen. Fingers move with steady clicks and taps. A green circle meets a red line, and a smile grows. Art feels like friendly music today. The walk to the studio passes a busy bakery. Warm bread smells drift down the lane and hug the senses. A friendly baker waves and flour dust floats in the air. Shoes tap the pavement in a cheerful beat. Morning feels sweet and light. Lunchtime arrives on a small balcony. A tomato sandwich rests on a blue plate. Clouds drift above and cars hum below. A sparrow lands on the rail and tilts its head. Quiet moments taste crisp and fresh. After work, the lake waits with silver water. Ducks glide in smooth lines and ripples shine. A wooden bench smells of pine and rain. Cool air brushes the face and clears the mind. Peace sits gently on the shoulders. Evening comes with chopping boards and soft music. Carrots meet onions in the pot, and garlic sings in oil. The room fills with warm smells and low guitar notes. A wooden spoon stirs slow circles. Dinner feels cozy and bright. Night grows calm and a small journal opens. 3 short lines land on paper. 1 worry, 2 joys. Ink turns thoughts into clear shapes. Shoulders drop and eyes grow soft. Writing brings order and rest. 30 ends with a quiet promise. Stars blink outside the window and carry silent songs. A thin moon guards the sky and guides small dreams. Heart whispers, be brave and be kind. Sleep settles like a gentle blanket. I married Ethan, but I never loved him. Ethan entered life like gentle rain after a long, dry week. Kind eyes met tired eyes, and quiet comfort filled the gap. His voice sounded soft and steady, so worries rested for a while. Friends cheered the match and family praised his calm spirit. The heart nodded, but the heart felt dull. Months moved fast and dates felt easy. Coffee shops, art fairs, and long walks lined the memory book. Laughter flowed, yet sparks refused to grow. A hidden corner stayed cold even when hands touched. Silence spread under every smile. Tom's sudden exit left deep cracks. Night after night, tears soaked the pillow and doubts grew tall. Ethan stood nearby with gentle words and steady hands. Pain asked for a shield, so the mind chose him. Wounds pressed the choice, not love. A winter evening carried a silver ring. Snowflakes danced under streetlights and feet crunched on ice. Ethan knelt on one knee and hope glowed in his eyes. Voices in the mind whispered too soon, but lonely corners shouted, say yes. Lips formed the answer and cheers filled the park. Wedding plans filled spring mornings. Flowers, music, and cake felt bright and busy. Guests sent warm notes and dresses shimmered in shop lights. The blue cottage gathered gifts and new linens. Inside, doubt walked every hallway. The ceremony stood under wide summer skies. White chairs lined the garden and soft violins sang. Vows sounded easy and rings slipped on smooth. Cameras clicked and families cried happy tears. Inside the chest, a stone stayed heavy. Ethan smiled through every photo. Hands held tightly and kisses brushed lightly. Friends whispered, perfect pair. And parents sighed with joy. The day felt smooth like glass, but glass can hide a crack. That crack belonged to truth. Married life began in gentle waves. Ethan woke early and brewed coffee sweet. Breakfast smells filled rooms and laughter echoed down halls. Blue cottage walls soaked up new memories. Yet quiet nights revealed an empty seat inside the heart. Ethan's kindness grew each week. Flowers appeared in vases and notes hid in coat pockets. Dinners tasted rich, and stories felt patient. Grateful. Words left the mouth, but warm love stayed missing. Gratitude is soft, love burns bright. Some evenings, rain tapped the windows and candles glowed. Ethan read aloud while tea steamed. Peace covered the room like a blanket. Still, the blanket never warmed the hidden chills. Eyes stared at flames and searched for feeling. A journal captured late-night words. Marriage given, not chosen by. Love, the pen wrote. Pages turned and guilt spread ink stains. Lines begged for answers and begged for courage. The stone in the chest pressed harder. Ethan deserved clear skies, not quiet storms. Yet storms gathered behind polite smiles. Truth hid, fear grew, and time marched on. Love never arrived, but care always stayed. The story waited for the next page. I wake up every day feeling hollow. Dawn arrives and the alarm rings loudly. Eyes open and the ceiling waits above. Blankets feel heavy and cold. Breath sits shallow and tight. A new day begins, but the heart holds no spark. Feet touch the floor, and toes search for warmth. Coffee drips in the pot and the smell reaches the nose. The cup rests in two hands, but the hands stay numb. Steam floats up and curls in the light. No comfort comes, so the mouth tastes only bitterness. Mirror glass shows a pale face and tired eyes. A weak smile tries to rise, but it slips away. Skin feels thin, and thoughts feel slow. Fingers trace a line on the cheek. Emptiness follows every move. Clothes hang loose on the body and colors look dull. The blue shirt once felt bright, but now looks gray. Buttons close, yet feelings stay open. Hair falls flat and brush strokes bring no change. Silence fills the room and presses on the ears. The street outside hums with early traffic. Cars glide past and bikes ring bells. Neighbors wave and morning dogs pull leashes. A polite wave returns, but the heart stays hidden. Friendly faces pass like soft shadows. Office lights buzz and screens glow white. Files open and tasks appear in rows. The mouse clicks and the keyboard taps. Work moves forward, but meaning stays behind. Minutes march in a slow parade. Lunch hour comes and a sandwich waits on the desk. Bread feels dry and cheese tastes empty. People laugh in the break room and jokes float through the door. Ears catch the sound, but lips do not join. The chair feels hard and time feels long. Afternoon sun slips across the window. Shadows stretch and cross the floor. Eyes follow the light, but mine drifts away. A deep sigh escapes without warning. Hope feels far and heavy. 5 o'clock arrives and the screen finally dims. A coat slides on and the chair rolls back. Feet walk the same hallway and the elevator descends. The lobby smells of paper and dust. Outside, air greets skin but gives no lift. The walk home passes the bakery again. Sweet rolls shine under glass and warm smells float out. Coins stay in the pocket and hunger stays quiet. The doorbell rings behind others, but feet keep moving. Sweetness stays beyond reach. Evening settles and silence fills the blue cottage. Shoes rest by the wall and keys drop on the table. A lamp clicks on, but the room feels dim. Soup heats on the stove and spoon circles slow. Each mouthful lands without flavor. Night falls and the journal lies open. A pen writes simple words. Feel empty today. Feel lost again. Ink dries fast and pages feel cold. The book closes and the light turns off. Darkness wraps the bed and hollow thoughts echo until sleep finally comes. Ethan's small gestures won't mend my heart. Ethan leaves roses on the step each Friday. Petals glow red in the morning sun. A glass vase waits on the kitchen shelf. Water touches the stems and keeps them bright. The eyes see beauty, but the heart stays still. Small notes hide inside coat pockets. The blue pen says, "You are sunshine," and keep smiling. Fingers open the paper and eyes read the lines. A quick sigh leaves the mouth. The message floats away like light smoke. Evening comes and Ethan stirs tomato soup. The smell fills. The room and bread waits on the plate. Spoons tap bowls and steam rises high. The tongue tastes salt and herbs. Flavor feels good, but love feels far. A soft blanket hugs shoulders during movie night. Ethan wraps the wool around both bodies. The screen shows bright scenes and actors laugh loud. Inside the chest, a cold wind blows. Warm cloth cannot stop the chill. Morning light hits the phone and a text arrives. His words say, "Good morning, Star." The screen glows blue and white. Thumbs type, "Thank you," and send a heart emoji. No true beat follows the icon. Saturday brings a small gift bag. A seashell pendant rests inside soft paper. Ethan says it matches the color of the eyes. The shell shines pink and smooth. The smile given back feels thin. We walk by the river after dinner. Street lamps light the path and water whispers. Hands join and swing slowly. Shoes click on the stone ground. Steps stay close, but minds drift apart. Tickets for a comedy show appear on the fridge. Ethan grins and waves them like flags. Laughter fills the theater and people clap. The mouth copies the sound, but the heart stays quiet. Happiness feels borrowed and brief. Sunday chores finish under his care. Ethan fixes the leaky tap and oils the door hinge. Tools clink and water stops its drip. Gratitude rises like gentle steam. Still, affection refuses to grow. Words of thanks leave the lips each time. Teeth flash in a practiced smile. The mind whispers, "Pretend harder." Guilt sits heavy on both shoulders. Kindness meets a wall of emptiness. Night brings the journal and steady pen. A list of his gestures fills the page. Flowers, soup, walks, gifts, jokes. The next column asks for feeling but stays blank. Silence stretches across the line. Eyes close and truth speaks inside. Good deeds cannot plant missing love. Ethan offers sparks, but wood is wet. The heart stays dark and cold. A hard choice waits on the horizon. One evening on the rooftop patio. Warm dusk settles over the tall building. Soft pink clouds float above the bricks. A gentle breeze moves loose hair and cools warm skin. Tiny lights blink on in distant windows. Evening feels calm and wide. 2. Hands carry plates up the narrow stairs. Steps echo softly and metal rails shake a little. The smell of garlic drifts from covered dishes. Fingers tighten on warm ceramic edges. Anticipation and dread rise together. The rooftop patio waits in gold light. String lamps hang like small moons and sway. Wooden chairs circle a low table. A single candle stands in the center. Flames dance, so shadows dance too. Ethan spreads a cotton cloth on the table. He places forks straight and napkins neat. A bottle of sparkling water sits ready. His eyes shine with quiet hope. Kindness fills the space like music. Plates open and steam climbs into twilight. Pasta glows red with tomato and basil. Bread rests beside in crisp slices. Forks clink and sauce coats lips. Taste feels rich, but heart feels empty. Light talk covers simple topics. Weather sounds safe and work sounds normal. Laughter comes from his side and floats up. A small nod answers each joke. Words leave the mouth, but meaning stays behind. Ethan leans close and touches a wrist. Voice turns soft and careful. Love can grow, he says, and time will help. Eyes search for agreement and sparkle. Hope sits bright on his face. The candle flame wavers as silence grows. Inside the chest, a hollow wind swirls. Shoulders feel stone heavy. Guilt presses like tight cords. No answer rises to the tongue. City lights blink below like distant stars. Cars glide along narrow streets and hum. Far laughter drifts up from a park. Life moves freely down there. A lonely feeling moves freely inside. Ethan reaches and weaves fingers together. Skin feels warm and steady. Heartbeats do not match their rhythm. A forced smile lifts polite corners. Truth hides behind soft lips. Crisp night air turns cooler. Plates empty and candle burns low. Stars appear one by one. Silence sits thicker than smoke. Eyes stare at melting wax and count slow seconds. Chairs scrape and the meal ends quietly. Dishes return to the kitchen sink. Steps travel down the narrow stairs again. The door closes with a small click. Hope stays for him, but heaviness follows within. My sister Rosa tried to console me. Morning light fills the living room and the phone rings. Selena answers and hears Rosa's calm voice. The sound feels soft and safe. A slow breath leaves tight lungs. Warmth follows the breath, but worry stays. Rosa asks about sleep and meals. Words of care flow steady and kind. Selena says, "Everything is fine," but the voice shakes. Silence hangs between sentences. Truth presses under the ribs. Rosa speaks again and names the sadness. She says pain can hide behind neat walls. Gentle words move like warm tea through cold hands. A small tear rolls and lands on the couch. The heart shakes, then rests. Advice comes in simple lines. Marriage needs patience and courage, Rosa says. Love may grow like a slow flower. Hope sounds sweet, but the soil feels barren. A weak smile rises, then falls. Selena confesses the hollow feeling. Empty rooms echo in the mind. Kind gestures do not plant deep roots. Rosa listens without judgment. Listening feels like a blanket on cold skin. An offer fills the phone line. Rosa will visit on Saturday with soup and stories. Distance shrinks through the promise. The week suddenly feels shorter. Shoulders loosen a little. Saturday arrives with gray clouds. Rosa steps inside holding a pot of stew. The smell of herbs fills the kitchen. Steam floats and curls. Comfort enters with each breath. They sit at the small table and share quiet bites. Wooden spoons clink against ceramic bowls. Rosa watches with gentle eyes. Questions stay soft and slow. Answers spill out like thin water. A hand reaches across the table. Fingers press gently and say, "You are not alone." The touch feels firm and honest. Tears rise but do not spill. Strength hides inside the grip. Rosa says truth can open sealed doors. Fear can shrink when words walk free. She tells a short story about her own mistakes. Laughter mixes with old pain. The room grows lighter. Evening ends with warm mugs of mint tea. Rosa hugs tight and smells like vanilla. "Call any time," she whispers. The door closes but support stays. Night feels less dark. Selena sits near the window and writes. Pen moves slow and steady. Love is missing, but help is near, the lines read. Gratitude glows like a dim light. Fear lingers, but hope breathes softly beside it. A weekend getaway to Aspen Falls. The car leaves the city at dawn and the road feels clear. Ethan drives and hums a soft tune. Tall trees line the highway and birds sweep low. Snowcaps shine on far peaks and sky looks bright blue. The scene looks lovely, but the heart feels closed. A brown sign says, Aspen Falls 5 miles. Ethan points and smiles with hope. Breath stays slow and shoulders stay tight. The town appears like a postcard, and cabins rest by the lake. Beauty fills the eyes, but emptiness stays inside. A wooden cabin waits near tall pines. Ethan unlocks the door and cool air greets the skin. A stone fireplace sits ready with dry logs. A plaid rug covers the floor and 2 mugs sit on a shelf. Comfort surrounds the room, but love does not rise. Suitcases drop on the bed and curtains swing in the breeze. A squirrel jumps on the porch and runs away. Ethan laughs and the sound rings clear. A small laugh answers but feels weak. Silent steps. Back in fast. They walk down to the frozen lake before lunch. Ice glimmers like glass and wind brushes cheeks. Ethan takes a photo and waves for another. A stiff smile shows for the camera. The heart stays hidden behind it. Hot soup waits in a tiny cafe. Steam floats and smells of carrot and thyme. Wooden walls glow with firelight and soft songs play. Low. Spoons lift warm broth to quiet mouths. Taste feels nice, but warmth stops at the lips. Afternoon brings a snowy trail through pine trees. Boots crunch and scarves flap in the wind. Ethan talks about future plans and kids' names. Words fill the open air but do not enter the soul. Steps keep moving, but feelings stand still. A small gift appears at sunset. Ethan holds a knitted scarf in gentle hands. Colors match the eyes and yarn feels soft. Grateful words leave the mouth and wrap the gift. No spark lights within. Night falls and stars shine fierce above the cabin. Ethan builds a fire and sets. 2 chairs close. Flames crackle and paint gold on the walls. He tells an old joke and waits for laughter. Only a faint chuckle comes back. Dinner cooks on the stove and smells of garlic and butter. Plates clink and silverware rests on wood. Candles glow and shadows dance slow. Eyes watch the flame, but mind drifts far. The room feels warm, yet heart feels cold. Before bed, Ethan speaks in a gentle tone. This place feels magic and so do we, he says. Hope rests in his steady eyes. Lips say, it is lovely, but chest tightens hard. Truth remains sealed behind teeth. The next morning, snow falls light and silent. Bags pack quickly and cabin door closes soft. The drive home feels long and quiet. Mountains fade in the mirror and city lights return. Aspen Falls stays behind and emptiness comes along. The night I almost left. Midnight sits quiet, and the clock blinks red. A cold moon hangs over the roof and streetlights hum. Selena lies awake and counts slow seconds. Blankets feel tight and heavy. Breath sounds loud in the silence. The ceiling offers no comfort. Thoughts circle like dark birds and refuse to rest. Fear grows tall and blocks each calm idea. A soft sigh breaks the still room. Sleep stays far away. Selena rises and swings feet to the floor. Cool wood chills bare skin and wakes tired muscles. Shadows move with every small step. The closet door opens with a faint creak. A brown travel bag waits inside. Hands reach for the bag and pull it down. Zipper slides and cloth sighs open. Folded shirts stack in quick piles. A toothbrush slips into a side pocket. Socks fill the empty corners. The dresser drawer opens slow. A photo rests on top and shows two smiling faces. Eyes avoid the picture and focus on clothes. Memories press hard, but packing continues. Heartbeats drum fast and uneven. A notebook lies on the desk near the lamp. The pen scratches 3 short lines. Need space. Will call soon. Sorry. Ink shines wet and dark. Fingers tremble and blot the page. Tears drop and smudge the words. Bag swings onto one shoulder. Feet cross the hallway with silent care. Door handle turns under shaking fingers. Outside, air leaks through the frame and smells of rain. Night waits like an open road. Head turns toward the bedroom. Moonlight falls on Ethan's calm face. His chest rises and falls in slow peace. A soft snore escapes and fills the gap. Kindness rests beside him. Old laughter echoes in the mind. Warm soup, silly notes, and gentle walks return. The weight of guilt grows heavy. Shoulders sag under the load. Eyes sting with fresh tears. Bag slips from the shoulder and lands soft on the rug. Knees bend and meet the floor. Palms press against cool fabric. Quiet sobs shake the small frame. Hope and sorrow mix in the dark. Minutes pass and heartbeat slows. Bag remains closed, but thoughts stay open. The note tears into small pieces. Paper flakes fall like snow. Silence settles again. Gray dawn creeps through thin curtains. Selena sits against the wall and hugs tired knees. The packed bag rests near the door. Decision waits for another night. Hollow space still fills the chest. I finally spoke the truth. Morning sun glows soft on the kitchen wall. The smell of toast fills the air and butter melts slow. Hands wrap a warm mug and thoughts spin fast. Rosa's words echo. Truth opens doors. Today feels sharp but necessary. Ethan walks in and smiles with easy grace. His hair stands messy and eyes hold quiet peace. He pours coffee and hums a gentle tune. The tune sounds sweet, but the heart feels sour. Nerves prickle under calm skin. A shaky breath leaves trembling lips. "We need to talk," comes out quiet but clear. The spoon stops midair and silence drops heavy. Ethan meets the gaze with calm concern. Hope flickers in his gentle eyes. Both sit at the small oak table. Steam rises between them like a thin wall. Hands fold tight and knuckles show white. A clock ticks loud in the still room. Words wait on the tongue. Voice breaks the silence first. "You are kind and patient," it says. "But love never grew inside me." Each word lands slow and heavy. Tears blur the tiled floor. Ethan listens and does not speak yet. Shoulders sag, but face stays soft. A long breath slips from his chest. Eyes shine wet under morning light. Kindness fights pain inside him. He whispers, "I knew something felt wrong." The line cuts deep but honest. "I hoped time would heal us," he adds. Hope hangs in the air like smoke. Both watch it fade. Selena's hands shake and reach for his. Warm fingers meet but hearts stay apart. "You deserve true love," the voice trembles. Guilt crashes like cold waves. Tears roll and stain joined hands. Ethan nods and squeezes once. "I love you, but I can't hold you here," he says. Sadness pools in every word. Acceptance follows close behind. Silence wraps them like a loose blanket. He stands and fetches 2 tissues. Both wipe tears in quiet rhythm. A small smile flickers, gentle and broken. Gratitude mixes with sorrow. Truth shows sharp edges and clear light. Plans unfold in tired voices. A spare room waits at Rosa's house. Selena will pack light and leave soon. Ethan will stay and heal slowly. Steps feel heavy but certain. The coffee grows cold on the table. Sunlight shifts and brightens the wall. 2 hearts sit bruised but honest. Truth hurts, but truth frees. Morning moves forward, and so do they. I'm finding myself again. Suitcases sit in Rosa's hallway, and shoes rest by a new door. A soft quilt covers the guest bed, and the scent of lavender drifts near the pillow. Walls show family photos in gentle colors. Silence feels kind, not lonely. The first breath in the room feels wide and clean. Morning arrives with the smell of toast and jam. Sunlight slips across the kitchen tiles and warms bare feet. Rosa slides a mug of tea across the table and smiles. Butter melts on fresh bread and sweet steam rises. Words stay few, but comfort grows strong. Later, a slow walk circles the lake near the house. Ducks glide over silver water and small waves tap the shore. Wind brushes hair and carries crisp air. Clouds drift like calm ships above tall trees. Each step feels light, but memory still aches. A for rent sign appears on Maple Street and hope stirs. The small studio sits above a flower shop and catches bright light. A friendly landlord hands simple keys and shakes warm hands. Floorboards creak, but space feels safe. The lease signs and a new chapter begins. Boxes arrive and colors bloom on blank walls. A second-hand sofa sits by the window and bright pillows rest on old fabric. Shelves hold sketchbooks and jars of paint. A tiny plant stands on the sill and drinks morning sun. The room starts to breathe with quiet joy. A flyer in the cafe lists a community writing class. Fingers trace the bold letters and heart skips, once. The sign-up sheet welcomes a shaky name. Tuesday evenings now promise new words and new faces. Curiosity walks beside small fear. First class gathers in a warm room with green chairs. 8 people share short lines and polite smiles. Selena reads a tiny paragraph about rain and silence follows. Then gentle claps rise and cheeks flush pink. A seed of pride settles deep. Night falls and a journal opens on the desk. Pen slides over paper and lists simple wins. Found a home, met writers, felt alive. Ink dries and pages curl softly. Guilt whispers, but hope answers louder. Sleep comes easy and clean. Phone buzzes at noon with a quiet text from Ethan. He writes, "Hope you feel steady. I joined a cooking club." Fingers hover, then type, "Peace to you. Writing helps me too." Kind words travel back and settle. Old dust. Saturday brings coffee with a new class friend named Leah. Steam rises between cups and fresh muffins crumble sweet. Conversation drifts from books to favorite songs. Laughter rings bright against cafe walls. Friendship begins like a shy flame. Evening mirror shows tired eyes and soft color on cheeks. Shoulders sit lower and breath flows smooth. Hurt still lives inside, but space now surrounds the ache. Gentle light touches new scars and fresh dreams. The reflection finally feels honest. Moon climbs high and windows glow pale. The plant on. The sill stands tall and sure. Pages of story notes scatter on the table and wait for sunrise. A whisper floats in the quiet room. Keep going, heart. Tomorrow holds open roads and gentle skies. Great work today. Every moment you spend practicing brings you closer to mastering your English listening and speaking skills. Remember, progress comes with patience and consistency. If this story inspired you or helped you in your learning journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Easy English Spark channel for more lessons and stories. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in your growth. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and keep shining.